You know, it seems like some things never seem to change. It might be a financial situation where month after month after month, it's always the same story of having less and less and less. And it's just really hard to break out of that. Or it could be a relationship in your life that you've tried to set right. You've asked for forgiveness. You've made all the phone calls. You've spoken in person. You've written letters. You've done everything you can do to make it right. But it just seems like there's a brick wall. And that's never going to change. It could be your conscience. Guilt over some word or something you've said. And it's there with you in the morning when you wake up. And it's with you when you go to bed at night. That you've done wrong. You've hurt another person, and it seems like that guilt will never go away. And so we're actually going to talk about how things do change, how the impossible becomes possible. And we're going to do that by looking at Acts chapter 16 this Sunday. We find Paul and Silas in a situation where they've done nothing wrong, but the powers of the world do what they always do whenever they find people who disrupt the order that they've created. Paul and Silas were thrown in jail. And it seemed like they might be forever shoved into that black hole of the prison and never to be seen or heard from again. But that wasn't God's plan. You see, the earth would shake and the jail gate would fling open and the chains would fall off of Paul and Silas. But instead of running away from the powers that be and hiding from Rome, what Paul and Silas do is they use their freedom to preach the gospel. They proclaimed to the jailer who was keeping watch over them that if he believed in Christ, that he would be saved. And so he did, and they baptized him and his whole family. And so for things to change, there needs to be a shakeup. And that's exactly what the Reformation was too. A giant shakeup where in the end we're reminded that it's still Christ's church. And that's what we're going to celebrate on Sunday. As we look at Acts chapter 16, as we look at the impossible becoming possible, we're going to note that each and every time that happens, there's always a shakeup. And that shakeup is done by the power of God and His gospel shown to us. And we'll rejoice once again over the fact that it's still Christ's church.